Good morning, Leicester Middle School 6th graders. Welcome to this week. Let's dive in and see what we've got going for us this week. Okay, so for my 6th graders, we have from April 27th to May 1st. Just an inspirational reminder, a single grain of rice can tip the scale. You matter. And if you know what movie that's from, you get kudo points. Alright, of course the video link will be here, but I'm making it right now, so I can't link it until it's made, so it'll be there when I'm finished. Alright, so this week's work in Schoology, we're going to study vocab words on Quizlet. We're going to read the Apple of Discord 1, which is found in your collections book, page 331 through 333. Again, you can either use the online textbook, or if you forgot your password, you can use the PDF version. We also have the reading comprehension of the Apple of Discord, which is multiple choice, and then to do the concepts from it, which is tone, you have the practice and the quiz. If you would like to do any extra credit, again, I'm getting 50 points extra credit from the free rice. You submit a screenshot in Schoology of earning 5,000 grains. Please join my group if you get parent permission to make an account. Typing practice. See if you can beat my car, right, Rice Patty? I don't think you can. And then we have as many free audiobooks as you want. Have a healthy quarantine. All right, so let's go look where these things are located. So we treat this like a checklist. We have this, and let's look at this course from your view and not the teacher view. Today I'm gonna be Connor. All right, so this is what Connor sees. So I already went here. Now we're going to go here. And it is April 27th through May 1st this week. So we have everything here. We have our vocabulary words. So let's do that first. Here's the textbook. We're going to read the Apple of Discord, then do the reading comprehension, and then the tone. And then if you need me, of course, there's the Google links. This is optional, but if you need me, ask me anything, want to just say hi, come on in here. All right, now, so today, because a lot of you cannot access your textbook online because you've forgotten the password, although it should be your regular password that you use to type in the computer, the one at the beginning of the year. But again, I've given you the PDF, you can read it. We're going to page 331. I'm just going to do a quick reading of the poem so that we can look at it together. Last week you read this one and did the concepts on theme. This week it's the Apple of Discord. So Kate Hovey first read the stories of Greek mythology in 3rd grade and has been reading them ever since. Her interest in gods and goddesses grew during her childhood visits to the Getty Villa, a museum in Malibu, California that was built to imitate an ancient Roman villa. The museum's collection of marble statues from the Greco-Roman period helped her imagine the ancient voices of the gods and goddesses that inspire her. Hovey is a metalsmith. Ooh, cool. She makes stuff out of metal, and mask maker, as well as using her arts of poetry, storytelling, and drama to bring the world of Greek mythology to life. The Apple of Discord, poem by Kate Hovey. As you read, focus on how Eris compels herself to the other gods and goddesses. And we know Eris is the goddess of discord, which means like chaos and unharmony. So we could be accurate that right now, during this corona COVID crisis, Eris is having a lot of fun right now. All right, so Eris, goddess of discord, is speaking. So I'm going to channel my inner Eris, my inner chaos, which shouldn't be too hard right now. Alright, so lofty Olympians like to exclude lesser immortals who aren't imbued with the kind of power they so admire. Still, I'm a goddess and require certain courtesies, a little care and concern. But the gods are hard-headed, they never learn. So I came uninvited to the Sea Queen's wedding and threw a gold apple far out on the spreading, goddess-strewn lawn. Inscribed for the fairest. It caused a commotion. Weren't they embarrassed to squabble that way? Hera, Athena, and vain Aphrodite tugging and pulling what high and mighty hypocrites. They claim I'm the foul one. They think they can blame my wedding surprise for the horrors at Troy when they are the guilty ones, they who destroy the sacrifice heroes, Earth's glorious sons, like bulls on an altar, brave innocent ones. To their lasting shame, they let Troy burn. The gods are hard-headed. They never learn. All right, so we essentially, to summarize what we know about the last story, Eris threw the apple that said to the fairest, and the other goddesses argued over it, and then they manipulated human history in the chance of just figuring out who was the most beautiful. And so we see Eris gets blamed for it, but she's saying, no, it's not my fault. All I did was throw an apple. You guys did the rest. That's the summarizing of the apple of discord, the apple of chaos. Okay, so now that we've read it, I encourage you to go back and read it again to yourself. Read it out loud after you've read it once to yourself, because as we've learned, reading and reading aloud are different. Sometimes it's easier to just read than it is to read aloud, so practice those two skills. And after you've done that, and you've internalized it, you've read it at least 3 times, let's go on to the concepts that are here. So we're talking about parodies this week, and parodies are really funny because that's what they're supposed to be. It's a humorous imitation of another writer's work, or anything. There's a lot of parodies on YouTube. I'm sure you can think of one off the top of your head, or a song parody where someone takes the lyrics of a song and changes them to make it funny. So if a writer wants to make fun of a well-known story, he or she often writes a parody of it. A parody is a humorous imitation of another writer's work. And usually it follows the same format because you're trying to copy, but it's not plagiarism because you're using the style but changing the content and the message in order to make it funny. And then you tell a story from a different person's point of view. And in this case, the poem was told from the antagonist's point of view instead of the protagonists, the goddesses. In the previous story we read, the Black Ships Before Troy. That's one. So writers of parodies often add humor through exaggerated descriptions and double meanings of words, i.e. puns, lexical ambiguity, love that stuff. So when Eris describes the 3 goddesses in high and mighty, that has 2 meanings. Like high, they actually live on Olympus, and mighty, they are powerful, they're goddesses. But it also has, like, you know, all high and mighty, like up on your high horse and prideful. And she means both those meanings at the same time, and that's very clever writing because it gives multiple layers. It's also figurative language, puns. All right, and indeed. So when you analyze elements of parody, think about something that follows the same format, but is also humorous. And why is the language humorous? Because there's usually puns, lexical ambiguity, multiple meaning words there. Okay, so thinking about the Black Ships Before Troy and this poem, let's compare and contrast the genres. So when you compare and contrast a myth and a parody of the same myth, you analyze the characters of each text and how each events in each versions are presented, and the techniques the author uses to achieve his or her purpose. So like these are good questions to ask yourself, like, okay, why did this author want to write a parody? Why look at the situation from the bad guy's point of view? And those kind of things that can give you insight onto the author's purpose on why they did what they did. And then how did they do it, and is it effective? All right, so we're not going to do this part. Oh, this is good. Yashin. Oh, I have some treats for you coming up next week. All right, so after we do that, we need to go to back to, okay, we've read it. Then we take the reading comprehension on it, and then we're working on concept of tone. Remember, tone is how the author feels Not how you feel. Like when you're in trouble, your parents are, their tone is serious and they're giving you a lecture and they're probably not in a good mood. That's their tone. But your mood is maybe you're trying not to smile because you know that would be really bad if you smiled or laughed in this situation. So mood and tone are different. Tone is the author, mood is you. And oftentimes they're the same, but not necessarily. Okay, so please go ahead and do the practice that will walk you through, oh, I've got to change it, but that'll walk you through what tone is, though we've already talked about it in class. And then if you have any questions, go to the Google Meets link. Thank you very much.